Welcome back to Operation Pixel. Playing more Diablo with TJ. And we just finished Act 1, so we're gonna talk to Warif here and go east. But there's a little bit of a cutscene here, for plot reasons.
Diablo 2's cutscenes are so much better than Diablo 1's.
Yeah, well, Diablo 1 didn't really have any, especially like in our playthrough.
We traveled east.
Yeah, there's like 2 cutscenes in Diablo 1. Diablo 2 has a cutscene like every act.
The other problem with this right now is that
my companion told me of himself.
We didn't get the opening cutscene to Diablo 2.
A great warrior, and that a dark
so go look that up if you care.
Now weighed
it's kind of
upon him.
Interesting little cutscene. I mean, it's kind of
it's
funny, but
that barren wasteland.
interesting at the same time.
It's mostly about this dude here in the desert, and
always a dark
how he met this Dark Wanderer. And essentially the story of the game is that we're following the Dark Wanderer. It's everywhere he passes gets overrun with demons and monsters.
There below us lay our destination.
And it all has something to do with a little stone he shoved into his head.
With a great
that's spoilers.
Beyond.
Yeah. If you haven't watched our commentary on the first
was the warm desert
Diablo,
I guess.
The sound of the ocean.
If you haven't watched that, then I suggest you forget what we just said and go watch it.
However, the dreams returned, but these were clearly not my own. I beheld a vision of a great
This is
man.
non-linear though. We'll go spoilers in
You
now.
were there too, Tyrael.
Honestly, I don't think we're going to be heard over all this cutscene.
His brethren had cornered a great demon, Baal, Lord of
For some reason, all my audio adjustments don't seem to affect cutscene volume.
They attempted to imprison the demon within.
What's funny is that you're watching it and I'm not.
Yeah, well.
So my commentary is completely irrelevant.
Yep.
Talrasha selflessly volunteered to contain the demon within.
He just got past the part where Talrasha got imprisoned with the Soul Stone.
He instructed his
to save the world.
To hide him within a tomb, buried under the sand. There,
there's a set.
To wrestle with the demon.
Talrasha. Sorcerers love to use it, and it's one of the most widely used sets for online sorceresses.
Yeah, honestly, I can't even hear you over half the cutscene here. It is really loud.
This is my brother.
I have an idea, though. I'm gonna try something.
Sleep now.
After this cutscene.
We set out
I can't pause it.
Okay. I didn't really say anything important anyway.
Oh no, neither did I.
Next morning,
hopefully we didn't
walked over
interrupt the cutscene too much.
Lut Gulain.
Yes, please enjoy the cutscene, people.
Or look it up on YouTube where people aren't talking over it.
For me there.
It's like getting mad at DVD commentaries for having people talk over it.
Yeah, that'd be funny. It's like, well, if you wanted to watch the movie, why don't you just watch the movie, not the audio commentary?
You're not here to listen to our commentary, you're just here to watch the crap.
Yeah. I don't know, I don't like cutting out cutscenes and stuff like that, because it's still pretty important to the gameplay experience, but,
welcome to Act 2.
Yeah. So now we're in this cool desert city.
Big, dirty butt crack of a desert.
Alright, so I'm going to pause the episode for like 2 seconds. I'm going to try to mess with the audio stuff, because that was really loud. And I'll be right back, and hopefully it makes everything better. Alright, I messed with the audio stuff. Hopefully it'll be better now. Not that anyone cares, because nobody watches our show. But in the future, someone does. Hopefully you're welcome. I guess we'll see what happens.
They're going to use this for kind of like a historic sort of record, or whatever. It's going to be like studying the year 2016, what people were doing on YouTube. And
I mean, that's possible.
300 years from now when humanity is nothing like what it is now.
That was actually sort of one of our goals for Operation Pixel. Not with stuff like Diablo 2, but some games, right, like old NES games and stuff. Like essentially, if they're not getting reprinted, or re-released or put onto, like, you know, the eShops and Steam and whatever else. Like, eventually every copy of that game is either going to be broken, gone, or just, like, aged and decrepit and just fall apart. And some of those games are actually pretty good, or interesting, or at least unique.
Yeah.
And it's kind of sad to think that, like, some of these games may just be forever lost to history.
Just like City of Heroes.
Yeah, but, like, there's still some evidence of City of Heroes, obviously, because people put up plenty of videos of that, and millions of people played it. So, I mean, like I said, like, not D2 specifically, because this game is probably going to be, like, you know, I'm sure there's plenty of people who know about Diablo 2 who played the crap out of it, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Made videos of it and stuff like that.
Yeah, it'll live in infamy for quite a while.
So, but I mean, like lesser-known games. We still like playing ones like this, too, just to share bits of our childhood and nostalgia and have fun. But, that's some of the games Ark and I are really looking forward to playing is the really rare and unique ones that just might not last very long if, they're forgotten. They'll be lost forever.
Ark's got quite a huge video game collection, too.
Yeah, he's
And I'm
working
sure
on
that's
getting
probably
more.
It's probably going to end up in a museum somewhere 100 years from now.
Maybe.
His family doesn't, like, pass it along. It's like, you know, if he ever has, like, kids or something, passes it along to them or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what he's gonna do with his video games when he's old enough that he can't tag onto them anymore.
Yeah. Or, like, at least certainly to the point where, you know, he has to, like, set up some sort of inheritance or something.
Yeah, it's actually one of the reasons why he's, I don't think he's ever mentioned this on air, but I'm sure he'd be happy to go into it sometime. But, he's really not fond of the current trend of, like, games going digital.
Yeah.
Which is probably just gonna be the natural progression of things, honestly, because, just by taking out, the production of them is going to reduce costs significantly for production. It also would, in theory, then make games cheaper because they no longer have to produce them or move them. Some people lose their jobs, like GameStop, obviously won't be able to stay in business if nobody's selling physical games anymore.
They'll just have to go get jobs delivering pizza instead.
Yeah, I don't know. But, you know, just in general, though, it's just like digital games seem to be more or less the way of the future. But for someone who's, like, trying to build a collection of them, it doesn't do a lot of good if there's no physical games left.
Yeah, I mean, it's totally understandable. Like, it makes sense.
There's something kind of satisfying about holding on to a physical copy anyways.
Yeah. Time's changing.
Yep.
Uh,
Time mercilessly rolls only in one direction.
Yep. And oftentimes, humans are completely incapable of being satisfied with where they're at. If it works, let's just try to change it and make it better. See if we can turn it around for more profit.
Well, it's kind of funny how that works, isn't it? It's like, sometimes they do that, and then sometimes they don't give a crap. I forget where it was, but something I watched not too long ago pointed out how, like, essentially washing machine and dryer technology hasn't changed at all in, like, the last, like, 50 years. Like, you still have to spend the exact same amount of time cleaning your clothes and doing meaningless chores like that. It's like, how come nobody's working on that? Like,
yeah. And yeah, I think the only, like, kind of technological upgrade is just, like, probably just how well the machines last and how, like, you know, the little, like, detergent packets you can get.
maybe.
You know, that's probably, like, the only difference.
I don't know, man. I don't know how much they're putting into, like, just, like, upgrading it. They're like, well, it works, people buy it, let's just keep selling it. I mean, imagine if they made it, like, if they made it too efficient, then people wouldn't need as much of it, and they wouldn't be able to sell as much.
Exactly.
So who knows? Maybe it's one of those things where they have some ulterior motive to not not progress to the future.
Mm. It's easy to kind of find oneself being skeptical of certain governments and companies.
Oh, sure.
I mean, it's a pretty good assumption to assume that a lot of them are just trying to get money.
Well, yeah. It is unfortunately just the world we live in here.
Explosions!
Are you making skeletons explode into bloody mess?
I guess so.
That's weird. Let's see, there should be a waypoint around here somewhere. We're on floor 2 of the sewers. There's one here, right?
Mm. Yeah, I think so.
Pretty sure there is. Not that anyone's ever gonna come back here. This place sucks.
Yeah. We're just coming in here for the skill point.
Ah, here's the waypoint.
In case we want to come back here and clean out the toilet every now and then. This really is what it is. I mean, that's really, in essence, all a sewer is a toilet, right?
Well, it's sort of a large,
Smelly,
kind of like network of toilets.
large, smelly, disgusting, dirty place. Although some toilets are cleaner than others. But
In a way, it's almost kind of majestic in a sense,
yep.
because plumbing and sewers and toilets and stuff like that are a marvel of human ingenuity.
Yep.
I think it was like the Romans or something first created like some sewage systems,
Yep.
because
There's a
otherwise they
certain-
never would have been able to create a big city. It just would have been way too much filth.
I'm trying to think of a certain Tyrion Lannister quote. Something about shoveling poo out of the city in an efficient manner. You know, he said something like that, like in season 2, I think.
Oh man, I can't remember at all. It's been a while since I watched season 2.
It's probably my least favorite season.
Oh yeah? That was the one that had the Battle of Blackwater Bay.
Yeah,
That was
but
pretty exciting.
yeah, I mean that episode was alright, but the rest
And
of the
that's-
season in general was just kind of
It's also where Tyrion started to become a likable character, because in season 1 he was sort of like, I don't know if I like this guy.
yeah.
And then
Oh,
in season 2 you're like, oh yeah, I like this guy.
Yeah, well, I think probably the King's Landing stuff is probably the only part, like off the top of my head, that I recall enjoying. But I think, you know, season-wise, I guess, like, you know, there's a lot of stuff that happened too. It's just been a while, but
Yeah.
I think if I had to rank the seasons, I'd probably say, honestly, probably, I can't decide. I mean, season 1's probably up there, but I think season 3 or 4 are probably my next favorite.
I can't remember every season by, like, just numbers, like, off the top of my head. I know some of the big events that happened in, like, season 1 and 3, obviously.
Yep.
Well,
Certain Red Wedding.
that's spoilers, man.
Yeah, you know.
That's one thing I think is funny, is, like, just saying that there's spoilers in the movie means that now you know there's spoilers. So saying that there's spoilers is a spoiler.
Yep. Well, Sean Bean's technically a walking spoiler.
Are you saying that there's some sort of meme about Sean Bean dying in everything he's in?
He does die in just about everything he's in. It's a fact. Like
I'm
90,
I'm sure he'll
95%
survive
the
Game
crap.
of Thrones. He's been a major character for 5.5 seasons now.
Yep. Ooh, Eldrin. Exactly what I needed. Not. Yeah.
May as well mention that we did a bunch of, like, rune farming between episodes.
Don't tell them that's spoilers.
It's a look behind the curtain. Yeah, it wasn't, like, that big of a deal, really. We just, wanted some sweet runes. So we got some sweet runes. And Radamant just died like a loser. There we go. I have too many potions. I need to stop picking them up.
Roderick Scroll.
Is there one for both of us? Do I need to grab one?
I don't think you do. But I think it just gives us the next quest.
Oh, did you not pick it up?
Nope, I picked it up.
Oh, okay, well there's still one here, so I guess I'll pick it up. And that's how we begin Act 2 here.
Yep.
So I guess we'll continue Act 2 next time on Operation Pixel.